Ladies and gentlemen, we just got the multiplayer reveal trailer for Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Now, a lot of this you may have seen through leaks, but through this, we have seen a bunch of new maps, weapons, gameplay elements, and a bunch of things in between. And essentially what I'm going to do is go through this trailer with you and point out some of the things that you may have missed, some of the cool things, and some of the other things all together. If you want to see my initial reaction to this trailer, I was live streaming during it, and it'll be linked after the video. On top of this, as soon as I'm done recording this video, I'm going to Call of Duty next, so make sure you're subscribed, have notifications on, and check out my Twitch, which is where I'll be live streaming Black Ops 6 over the next couple of days. So yeah, make sure you're subscribed to all of that, but without further ado, let's dive into this trailer. So, to start out, we have a little bit of a cinematic here of Treyarch putting a tape into a VCR, obviously setting the time period. Now, this is actually important. It says here that the date of this is March 4th, 1991. We happen to know that campaign takes place in February of 91, and I believe Zombies also takes place in February of 91, meaning the multiplayer takes place just right after the campaign finishes. So that tells us this. Then we get into our first map and what is going on here. So once we get into here, this is an overview of the map called The Pit. I believe this is a strike map, small map based out of the inside of Vorkuta prison. Don't worry, there's going to be more Vorkuta coming soon. Then we got a quick look at some operators here, all holding weapons. This kind of, to me, looks like what the menu of the game will look like when you have your whole squad in there walking through the back menu. At least that's what it kind of looks like to me. Our first look at some finishing moves, and then of course we have this scene. So this scene, we have another operator wearing a mask. Interesting that they are missing an eye. Treyarch really seems to like characters who are missing eyes. We've got Weaver, we've got Stitch, we've got this guy, and then he pulls this up. Now, you may be wondering what this is. I have a guess as to what this is, but I'm not 100% sure. It says channel 8 connected, enemy comms tapped. I believe that this is the field upgrade known as Double Agent, which allows you to appear as though you are an enemy. Sounds very overpowered, will most likely be very, very overpowered. Now, as we continue here, we get our first look at the map called Rewind. I'm just going to go back here. As we can see the overview, we have Freedom Fried Chicken. We have the actual fast forward video store in and of itself, and we believe that this takes place beside, not necessarily in, but beside Liberty Falls, which is where the Zombies map takes place. We also have the Wally bot, and then this thing here that he is firing. You may recognize this if you played some older Call of Duty games, but this is indeed a Valkyrie rocket. So it kind of goes through the map. You can see the Wallybot shooting, and you get another overview of the map, and then we have the Tomahawk. Everyone loves the Tomahawk. It's not going to be the throwing knife. It is going to be indeed the Tomahawk. This map that you are seeing here, I believe, is called Skyline. It's kind of like the big mansion, if you will, where we see some gameplay of this. Also, you get to see that Omni movement rolling over. Then this is Scud, and I believe what you are seeing here is a couple, first of all, Mastercraft variants, as you're going to see right away. But on top of that, we also have our chopper gunner shooting down from on top, which is eventually going to get shot down. Appears as though someone called in a care package. This is our first view of what you can see of an enemy getting taken hostage and you holding them as a kind of meat shield. And then we have that new weapon that is right there. It also has this really weird gas grenade launcher. We don't know whether this is Nova 6 gas or what this exactly is as of right now. But this is the map called Scud, and we kind of get the chopper gunner overview of that as well. This is a cool scene. Shoots down the helicopter and it comes crashing down. Now, up until this point, these are kind of all of the maps that we have already seen and already known are in game. After this is where we kind of get more of a look at what is new and what necessarily hasn't been leaked, or maybe you haven't seen in some of the promotional material. I believe that this, as we see the character dive into the water, this is a map called Canals. Not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. You can see the swimming, how that will work. We also get to see the dedicated melee weapon. So we know that that is one new thing in this game, that on all of your classes, you can use a dedicated melee weapon. And in this case, he's using a baseball bat. And we get to see a pretty cool finishing move as well. This is probably my favorite scene, and I believe this is actually going to be the thumbnail for the video, but the kind of diving sideways with akimbo pistols just looks straight out of Max Payne and super overpowered. We also have another new map here. I believe that this map is titled Red Card and takes place at a football or a soccer stadium, depending on where you are in the world. We also get a look at the RCXD as it jumps through and over top of someone who's diving backwards down an escalator. This is where they kind of show off Omni movement. One thing that you're going to find interesting here is as this character lands, he goes to throw a grenade back and he actually stays laying in that kind of supine position that we see, which is new to this game. Also, that map was Derelict, and then we have a brand new map here. I'm not exactly sure what this one is here. It might be called Stealth, but as you can see, you kind of have this stealth bomber there. That map, which they very briefly skim over, I'm going to pause that. What do you think this is? Let me know down in the comments, because I happen to know that this is Vorkuta Prison. Now, we also know that this is going to be a campaign mission. As far as the mission goes, it looks like we are going to completely decimate Vorkuta Prison. So I don't know why we are going back there in the campaign, but the Pit, I believe, is a map that takes place inside of Vorkuta, and then this, the 6v6 version of a Vorkuta map, takes place outside of it. Then we have another map here, not exactly sure what the name of this one is, maybe Pillage potentially. An overview of what I believe is canals. And then we get into Gunsmith. So this one, you very quickly cycle through a bunch of different variations of weapons. You can see the different attachments on them. In the coming days, once I'm at Call of Duty Next and once I have my hands on some gameplay, I will be bringing you videos showing you what Gunsmith looks like, what all the weapons are, what the in-game menus look like, and everything in between. So make sure you are subscribed and have notifications on for the channel, because that is just a small portion of the stuff that we are going to be going over here and on the second channel. The one other thing that I would like to point out is right at the end of that, if we can get a view of it, right there, whoops. We have very clearly a Mastercraft variant or a Mastercraft blueprint with that kind of gas grenade that they were shooting. We don't exactly know how that is going to work, but Mastercrafts are definitely returning and we've seen them within the trailer. The next thing that we have, we get a really cool look at the Prestige Master icon. We can see the Cerberus gold and black logo. At this point, one of the things I'm going to be asking when I'm at Call of Duty Next is, what do the prestige rewards look like? So when you enter first prestige, do you just get an unlock token? Are there some other rewards? What do you get upon entering master prestige and maybe even hitting level 1000? What happens? I don't know if they'll answer, but those are just some of the things that I'm going to be asking and hopefully having answer for you guys. Now that looks like to be the kill streak that is called an interceptor. So as far as the interceptor goes, basically it's a plane that comes in and eliminates all of the air score streaks that are currently in the game. We also get another view here of the meat shield. And again, I don't know the name of this map, but it's another new map that we have not seen before. We kind of go underground here into a pool. Out back, you can see various different people getting hit with shock grenades. We can see another RCXD. And then we get a very interesting scene at the very end here. As we go through this door, we all of a sudden have a bunch of operators sitting in this sitting bull position. Now, this is the iconic Black Ops position. We've seen it on the cover of Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, even Black Ops 6. And we can see various different operators here. Some that I noticed right away is, let's see if I can pause it. I'm not sure who that character is. Might be Ratcliffe. I could be completely wrong though. But one that we do have, it's not going to let me pause it, but it is indeed Elizabeth Gray. But then we get our pre-order bonuses, and there's a couple of things that I want to point out here. So it's going to say all of the different things: the Hunter versus Hunted, the Mastercraft collections, the Black Cell bundle, the Gobblegums, and then as we pause it here, we can see the Woods operator plaques, the Reflect 115 camo pack, and then it says open beta early access. There is no statement in here whether or not we will be getting campaign early access, which is a video that I made earlier this week on the channel. We still don't know, and again, will be another thing that I'm asking at Call of Duty Next. So this has been the reveal trailer, our first look at multiplayer. Let me know down in the comments whether this is a W or an L, and I would also love for you guys to let me know some questions you would like me to get some answers to at Call of Duty Next, and we'll have in the videos over the coming week. I got some big things coming, including tomorrow before Call of Duty Next, so make sure you subscribe, have notifications on. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace. We are